Yeah, good morning, friends. So today we shall discuss on private neighborhood of a vertex and minimal dominating sets. So in my previous lectures, I have discussed on dominating set, minimal dominating set, domination number, and characterization theorem for minimal dominating sets. So today we shall discuss how does this private neighborhood of a vertex is related to minimal dominating sets. So before that, we shall recall the definition of open neighborhood of a vertex. The open neighborhood of a vertex, say U, in a graph G is a collection of vertices which are adjacent to vertex U. And open neighborhood set of a vertex is what? It's a collection of open neighborhood of every vertex present in that set. So similarly, closed neighborhood of vertex is what? Closed neighborhood of vertex U is equal to open neighborhood of vertex U union U. Now look at the definition of a private neighborhood of a vertex. So here, let S be a set of vertices and U is any element of that set. Then we say that the vertex V is a private neighborhood of V with respect to this set S if closed neighborhood of V intersection S is equal to singleton set U. So similarly, private neighborhood set of a vertex. So private neighborhood set is what? Collection of all private neighborhood of this vertex U. Here you can notice that suppose U belongs to private neighborhood of U with respect to set S if and only if U is an isolated vertex in the subgraph induced by the set S. Now we shall discuss all these definitions by taking this example. So here this is a graph G which is a Peterson graph. This name of this graph is Peterson graph. So which is a cubic graph on 10 vertices and 15 edges. You can see that uh, vertices are labeled as V1 to V10, V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5 and V5 to V1 is an exterior cycle, and interior cycle also V6 to V9, V9 to V7, sorry V6 to V9, V9 to V7, V7 to V10, V10 to V8 and V8 to V6. So this is an internal cycle. So here open neighborhood of vertex V1 is what? It's a collection of vertices which are adjacent to V1. You can see that here V1 is adjacent to V5, V6 and V2. There exists an edge between V1 to V5, V1 to V6 and V1 to V2. Therefore, V2, V6 and V5 are open neighborhood of vertex V1. So similarly, open neighborhood of vertex V2 is what? Vertices which are adjacent to V2. So here V1, V7 and V3. So these are the vertices which are adjacent to V2. Therefore, open neighborhood of V2 is what? V1, V7 and V3. So similarly, we can write open neighborhood of every vertex of this graph. Now look at the closed neighborhood. So closed, according to definition of closed neighborhood of a vertex is equal to open neighborhood of vertex V1 union V1. That is, open neighborhood of V1 is V2, V5 and V6. Union V1 is what? V1, V2, V6 and V5 is closed neighborhood of V1. So next V2. Closed neighborhood of V2 is what? V1, V2, V7 and V3. So next closed neighborhood of V3 is what? V2, V3, V4 and V8. So similarly we can write closed neighborhood of every vertex. Now look at the private neighborhood of every vertex here. So according to definition of private neighborhood, first we have to select a set of vertices. So here consider a set V1, V8 and V9. For this graph, I am taking V1, V8 and V9 is a set S, and here I want to look at private neighborhood of every vertex of this graph. So now look at the private neighborhood of vertex V1. So for that I need to first write the write closed neighborhood of V1. So here closed neighborhood of V1 is V1, V2, V6 and V5. So here V1, V2, V5 and V6. So according to definition of private neighborhood of V1 with respect to this set S is equal to closed neighborhood of V1 intersection S here. So V1, V2, V5 and V6 intersection V1, V8 and V9. You can see that V1 is the only common vertex here. Therefore, private neighborhood of V1 is V1 itself. So next, now look at the private neighborhood of vertex v2. So private neighborhood of vertex v2 is equal to closed neighborhood of v2 intersection s. So this is closed neighborhood of v2, that is v1, v2, v3 and v7 intersection v1, v8 and v9. So again here v1 is the only common vertex. Therefore private neighborhood of v2 with respect to set s is equal to v1 here. So similarly we can write private neighborhood of every vertex. Now look at this vertex v6. So private neighborhood of v6 is equal to closed neighborhood of v6 intersection s. Here closed neighborhood of v6 is what? v1, v6, v8 and v9 intersection s is equal to v1, v8, v9. So closed neighborhood of v6 intersection s is equal to v1, v8, v9. So which is equal to s, because s is subset of closed neighborhood of v6 here. So here you can see that private neighborhood of every vertex of that graph is a singleton set. But for this particular vertex v6, we got 3 private neighborhoods. So it means that for every vertex there exists at least one private neighborhood, but sometimes it may be greater than or equal to 1 here. Now next question is, how does this private neighborhood is related to minimal dominating set? So before that, you just recall the definition of a minimal dominating set. A dominating set is D is said to be minimal dominating set if the D does not contain a proper subset, which is again a dominating set. So this is definition of minimal dominating set. So here we can say, we can rewrite characterization of minimal dominating set theorem in this form, in the form of private neighborhood. That is, a dominating set S is a minimal dominating set if and only if every vertex in S has at least one private neighborhood. That is, for every element U in S, private neighborhood of U with respect to S is non-empty. So you just recall the statement of characterization theorem for minimal dominating set. That is, let S be a dominating set and S is said to be minimal dominating set if and only if it satisfies one of the following conditions. If U is an isolated vertex, then induced U is an isolated vertex of induced S, and for every vertex in V minus S has a unique neighbor U, and that U belongs to this set S. Okay. So according to private neighborhood definition, we can simplify this characterization theorem in the form of private neighborhood. So these both the theorems are equivalent here because both are characteristic theorems. A dominating set S is minimal dominating set if and only if every vertex in S has at least one private neighborhood. So this is very simple theorem compared to earlier version. Okay. So now look at this definition. This graph, for this graph V1, V9 and V8 is a minimal dominating set here because V1 covers V5, V6 and V2, and V9 covers V6, V4 and V7, and V8 covers V10, V6 and V9, V3. You can see that every vertex of this graph has been covered by V1, V8 and V9. Therefore, V1, V8, V9 is a dominating set. Further, V1, V8, V9 is a minimal dominating set because there is no proper subset which is again a dominating set. That is, if I remove V1, my set will be V9 and V8, which is not a dominating set. So similarly, if I remove V8, my set will be V1 and V9. Again, it is not a dominating set. So similarly, if I remove V9, I will get V1 and V8, which is not a dominating set. Therefore, V1, V8 and V9 is a minimal dominating set. So further, domination number of this graph is 3. So this will be minimum cardinality. Therefore, domination number of this graph is 3 here. So we have one more theorem. Let G be a graph having no isolated vertices. If S is a minimal dominating set, then its complement is dominating set here. So this is very important theorem. So which will be used for obtaining bounds for domination number. So meaning of this theorem is, suppose if S is a minimal dominating set, then its complement, that is V minus S, is also dominating set here. For example, here you can see that V1, V8, V9 is a minimal dominating set. Its complement is all remaining vertices, that is V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, V10 and V7. You can see that complement of this set, that is V1, V8, V9, this is also dominating set, means all these vertices will cover every vertex of the remaining vertices in given graph. Therefore, this is also dominating set, and this is true for every minimal dominating set. Suppose if you choose any minimal dominating set in a given graph, and complement of that set is always a dominating set. So this is a very important theorem. So we shall discuss application of this theorem in my next video lectures. So if you have any doubt and any queries, please leave your comments below in the comment box. Thank you.